Now we are in the second half hour of Local 3 News at 4. I'm Cindy Sexton. You can tell I've got somebody here with me. Hamilton County Weston Wamp has joined us, and we're talking about some of the news of the day. First of all, the first announcement today had to do with the county fair. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, we've taken a lot of pride in bringing the county fair back. COVID took it out basically, and it used to be at Chester Frost. We've moved it to McDonald Farm, and it's really gone well.
Yeah.
It's not without growing pains, but
Right.
last year represented the second year, and we feel like we've nailed it. And so for our third year, we're really excited that Diamond Rio, the 90s, 2000 hitmaker and country band, is our headline artist, and we're doing a big rodeo, and all the features that have made this McDonald Farm Fair special are coming back. But we've really kind of committed ourselves to 90s country, which I'm a child of the 90s, so I'm biased, but you know, they were responsible
big,
for
yeah.
a bunch of #1 hits. We feel like just kind of given the style of our fair up there in Sail Creek, this is really going to be awesome.
Good, good. And it's every year you're hoping to just up it and up the game, make it easier to get in and out, and encourage so many more people to come.
Well, and
We
try
love
to keep it affordable.
Yeah.
The fair is free if you're 10 and under, discounts for seniors and veterans, but a 3-day pass is still in the $12, $14 range. And so we've kept it affordable, but we've tried to up the quality every year.
Yeah.
And once you're in, we don't nickel and dime you. So it's, you know, the rides are free, and there's a lot of music. We're doing a faith and family morning, Sunday morning. Gospel singer Jason Crabb is coming in. Brandon Davis, who's our local hometown boy, is opening for Diamond Rio.
Okay.
That's Saturday and Sunday, and I love this. David won't care as much, but it's a Tennessee off weekend.
Oh.
So we've picked, for Tennessee fans, you miss nothing coming and hanging out at the county fair.
Oh, that's a good idea, and that's good planning too. You got to say that.
That's right.
All right. Just like don't get married on.
That's exactly right. I honestly checked the other day. I was like, well, I better go ahead and know what game are we stepping on, and sure enough, the balls are off.
That's good. All right, that's good. Now let's talk about something a little bit more serious. We're talking about politics, and you released a statement that was in response to Commissioner David Sharp's comments about a senior tax freeze. Now, Sharp said he would work with the county attorney on beefing up tax help for seniors. Tell us where we are on that.
Well, there's a lot of confusion on property taxes, right? And we've just gone through this reassessment that follows a reappraisal, and everybody's frustrated that their home went up in value, even though that can be a very good thing, right? This is a lot of our major asset in our personal lives. But then because your appraisal goes up or your assessment goes up, it does not necessarily mean your taxes went up.
Right.
And in county government, we did not raise taxes. Several municipalities in the area are raising taxes. It looks like the city of Chattanooga is going to raise taxes. And so I just feel an obligation all the time to shoot straight with people. All this stuff is complicated enough without the politicking in the middle of it. And I used the example of my 86-year-old grandmother who still lives right outside Red Bank back in the city lines and is a 1957 Red Bank homecoming queen, and she's got a lot of questions as a widow for me about what's happening to her tax bill.
Yeah.
So let's just be honest. Let's not overpromise, I think is really where I'm coming from, because the county has a property tax relief program for seniors, and we doubled the county's contribution to it 2 years ago. So you should Google search it. Over 4,000 seniors benefit from the program just in Hamilton County. But what gets confusing that this commissioner mentioned, and then the same thing happened at the city council, is mention of a property tax freeze. And that, not in the city or the county, it's just not going to help seniors this time. It wasn't enacted in time at the city level, even if the county chose to participate. It really only helps if you've raised taxes, which the city's going to do, but they didn't do it in time. And so it really just comes back to, a lot of times I feel like my job, sometimes to be the deliverer of good news, sometimes bad news, but one of my favorite compliments I'll get is when people say, well, we feel like you're shooting us straight.
Yeah.
And this is one of those where it's complicated enough, and I just don't want people to think that the county, without raising taxes, can then go further and help on a city tax bill when that's not how it works.
Sure. Well, I find it interesting, and we're going to have to wrap up. We're about out of time. But just the fact that all of this discussion comes after all the budgets have been approved and accepted. But obviously, we're talking about the need for raises for our police officers and our fire department.
Well, I think to your point, like that's another thing is local budgeting. That season passed, but now some of the municipalities are raising taxes. The county didn't raise taxes. The county does have a senior property tax relief program, but this property tax freeze is not what it appears to be. In a nutshell, if there is not a tax increase, which there wasn't in the county, and you enact a property tax freeze, it basically would require there to be a property tax to offset it on younger people. So that's not necessarily particularly fair, but you can't do it anyway because the timeline didn't work out.
Sure.
And that's part of
All right.
what's been found at the city, where Ron Elliott, city councilman, proposed this, but the same would be true, but even more complicated in the county.
All right. Well, not to make light of anything, but let's just talk about the fair next time.
That's right. Fair enough.
I'm just kidding. Fair enough. We got it. All right. Thanks for being here with us.
Okay.
All right,
You're
Mayor
welcome.
Wamp.